Hi, I'm John and this is Up for Excel. Today we're talking pivot tables. And if you want a copy of the spreadsheet I'm working on, plus the finished version at the end of the video, just click on the link in the description and it'll be sent straight to you. Let's get straight into it. What you can do is turn your data into a table. That way, whenever new information comes in, it will automatically change the pivot table range as well. And it's very easy to do. You click on the Insert tab, click on the Table button rather than the Pivot Table button. You do that, it will automatically select the data area because we've grouped all our data together. Hit OK. That will create a table. And then we go to Insert and then click on Pivot Table. And you can see now that on our Create Table Pivot Table box, the table range for the pivot table is shown as Table 1. It's actually picking up our table. I'll just hit OK on that and go back a sec to this. If I now add another number, order number on the bottom, let's just make a random number up, you can see straight away that the table range increases. So going back to this pivot table here, this range on this, I'll show you this, is still table 1 and it's now including that new row. And that's exactly what we want. So that's how we're going to proceed. Okay, we have our table set up and it includes all of our data. So we're now going to insert a pivot table. So go to the Insert tab and we can click on Recommended Tables, Recommended Pivot Tables. And if you do that, what you will get is a few example pivot tables that we could create with this data. And it might be that one of those is perfect for you. I'm going to cancel that because I want to show you how you can set it up from scratch. So click anywhere in the table, hit Insert Pivot Table. It's automatically picked up all our table data, which is what we want. And then you can have this in a new worksheet or an existing worksheet. If you want it in an existing worksheet, it might be that you want to show it, say, right next to your data. And you would just click in that box and click where you want the pivot table to start. I think best practice really with pivot tables, you can move them later, is to put them in a new worksheet because then you get the full range of being able to move things around to where you want. So I'm going to hit OK on that, and that's going to give us a brand new sheet. And there's two things about this. The first is we have a pivot table area up here, and then on the right hand side we've got the pivot table fields box. Now you can drag this to wherever you want. So I'm going to drag it over here and probably put it somewhere about here, for example, at the moment. Okay. You can also resize this if you want, but I think probably something like maybe something like that is probably ideal. If you want to put it back, you can double click on it. We don't want to do that, so I'm going to move it over here so you can see it more clearly in this demonstration. So the way this box is laid out is you have all of the different column headers from your data down here. And then you have these 4 boxes that you can put things in. Filters, columns, rows, and values. These are the rows, the columns, and the values in the pivot table. And a filter will let you to add something on the top. So I'm going to add sales as my values. So I'll put sales in, and straight away you can see, 1, it calls it sum of sales, and 2, it puts the total sales value over here. Now, if you then want to see, say, sales by customer segment, we'll put that down there. You then get your customer segments listed and your sales and the same grand total you've had earlier. Now it might be we want to put some columns on this, so we could drag ship mode down there, and then we get columns for the various shipping modes. And as an example of a filter, we could perhaps put province in. And then what that does, you've probably just seen, is puts something at the top here which allows you to click on there and you can pick any province you want. So Newfoundland, for example, and then that basically shows the same table for just Newfoundland. Now, what if we thought we wanted to see sales and profit? So we could add profit as another value down here. Now what that's done, I'll just move this down slightly so you can see it. It's not a particularly great looking way of doing things. So what we might be better off doing is we can actually move this value thing to somewhere else. So we can have, instead of as columns, we can move it to rows. And then you'll see what it's done is it's put sales and profit on each line. So that might be one way of doing it, or we'll move it back there, but we could move ship mode down there, for example, and then we'll have two columns. The only things that are in columns are the sales and profit. So, and it created this sort of subtotaling look. Now, you can then click on all, for example, to get it all back, or we've, as you can see, we've got this button here, select multiple items, so we can tick that, and then we can just exclude, for example, you know, a couple of them and have multiple items going on. So we could do that. Now, it tells you that we've got multiple items, but it doesn't tell you what they are. So we'll click back on all, then it tells you that you've got all, and we know we are good to go. We can also, within this, change the order at which things are grouped. So for example, if we wanted, at the moment, we have customer segment, and then we have our ship mode underneath. If we can drag and drop that one up, and then we have ship mode as our main ones, main totals, and underneath we have each customer segment. So that's a basic way to create a pivot table and position the data where you want. And you'll see that this can be way faster than trying to subtotal or sum up data in an existing table with formulas. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget you can download the spreadsheet by clicking on the link in the description below. And then you can play around with the pivot table, or you could just use it to work back through this video and start from scratch. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss it out. And don't forget, let's get these Excel skills up and these task times down. See you soon.